Scorpio and Pisces. These two water signs are on paper pretty compatible. They both have a sixth sense for picking up on the collective unconscious. They pick up on other people's motivations. They both have that X-ray type of ability to see what's unspoken, see what's hidden, see what's implicit, and that makes for a really, really satisfying pairing. And I think the nice thing about these signs is that Pisces really softens Scorpio, the darkness of Scorpio, sometimes the teeth and the aggression or the will to power that Scorpio sometimes can be subject to. And Scorpio, on the other hand, can give Pisces a little bit of an edge. You know, sometimes Pisces need to be more aggressive in marshaling or protecting their energy or setting boundaries around it. That's one way these two water signs are somewhat different, but similar. Pisces is also probably the most sensitive water sign. They're the most ephemeral. They are very diffuse, and they are, when I say sensitive, they're the most receptive and absorbent person to their surroundings. And so it's very important for a Pisces to be aware of their surroundings and what they're exposing themselves to, who they're talking to, what they're watching, what they're reading, what they're eating, what they're putting in their body. All of these things are incredibly important. And both of these signs, like what I've said with Scorpio and Scorpio with Cancer, both these signs really should be on the path to really trying to cultivate the higher order versions of themselves. Pisces is associated with self-undoing and escape and anesthetization and self-deluding. And so there's always the potential for Scorpio's toxic habits or numbing habits to actually really resonate with Pisces' negative habits, to kind of, escape some of their inherent sort of existential pain. And because both of these energies can be sort of runaway water, runaway rivers, if those rivers are flowing in kind of a bad direction with each other, they mix, they enable each other. It can be an imbalance of water in the wrong direction. On the other hand, it can, as I said in the beginning, really help. It's great if it can be really more supportive in evolving type relationship, because water is always going to understand water. It's just kind of about whether they can police themselves and build some kind of structure and some stability and some ground so that they don't carry themselves, get too carried away. The other thing to be mindful of is that Pisces' ability or inability to sometimes set boundaries or to push certain energies or people out of their life can sometimes bother Scorpio or make Scorpio feel suspicious. Pisces is one where, they understand Scorpio, but in some ways Pisces is more inclined to think about concepts of love and care and affection in a more cosmic sense, right? They see love in moments and in things, and everything is kind of like a cloud. It ebbs and flows and takes the shape of the container it's in. And so Pisces can sometimes find that meaning and find that it wants to push itself into other places and doesn't just want to be kept in the container always with Scorpio, even though Pisces is going to be very understanding and is going to be very committed. Pisces also has to kind of go out, and Scorpio, you need to be okay with that and understand that Piscean kind of conception of love is more like universal sort of cosmic love. And while just because that's true, it doesn't mean that a Pisces person is going to be like, whoa, I love everyone, I love everyone the same. I don't think that's true. Pisces people can be very stable and reliable and committed. I'm just saying that Scorpios, you need to be aware of sometimes jealousy or suspicion that could creep in because of traits related to that the Pisces person may have in some parts, large parts, maybe not at all. Just be aware of it. I think also recognize that you two sometimes deal with your emotional intensity in different ways, where Pisces needs to go out and explore, and they need to get out into a different realm. They need fiction, they need art, they need higher order experience, like intense, experience through physical activity, or they need to go see music or go to a concert, or they just need to kind of, those are ways in which Pisces can feel that kind of connection with everything. And Scorpio, you have to understand and allow for that. And you'll understand that during challenges or during disconnects that Pisces may need to go and do that. And sometimes Scorpio, you want to just focus in and solve and laser focus on an issue at hand. Just because Pisces is a water sign doesn't mean they are going to approach water type issues in the same way. Pisces, you need to understand that Scorpios sometimes unconscious trends towards possessiveness or whatnot, not great, but like meet them a little bit halfway, right? Like you need to create some boundaries, if not for you, to honor them as well. Like there needs to be some sort of recognition. You need to understand each other's weaknesses or sore spots or pain points or core fears, but it really shouldn't be a problem. These are two signs that can work pretty well together. Again, depends on the rest of the chart, but always on paper compatibility there.